If it was up to me, Christian McCaffrey would win MVP. Brock Purdy would have a healthy toe. Fred Warner, a healthy ankle. Nick Bosa, a healthy ACL. Brandon Ayuk, a healthy ACL and MCL and PCL. Fucking tore everything. But it's not up to me. It ain't up to me. It's up to the football gods. And they're playing a pretty interesting game this season. We're doing something that I never thought would be possible under Kyle Shanahan because I witnessed seasons like 2020 and 2024, and we didn't have that kind of success under those circumstances of injuries and shit not going our way. And but this year is a whole lot different. It's a very odd situation because 6-3, crazy enough, is the same start that we had in 2023, the year that we went to the Super Bowl. The best start under Shanahan was when we started 8-0 in 2019. That team was special. I let go of any outcome because the NFC is truly anyone's, and it's pretty loaded this year. I don't want to be held down by expectations, so I let go of anything that, whatever happens, happens. I say this now, and I'm going to be so pissed if we lose next week because I fucking hate the Rams. But other than that, I'm saying, I don't want to be held down by expectations of my team anymore, just because it's not fun when you're depressed on a Sunday night because your team lost. Actually, when we lost to Houston, I wasn't that mad. And to all the people that are like, wow, there's really grown men that are sad over their team losing. There's really grown men that watch their team lose and get sad about it after. There's grown men that wear another man's name on the back of their shirt. Who gives a fuck? What are you passionate about? What do you have any passions in your life? I can guarantee you no. And you have no personality. Literally, go kiss your sister and drink a fucking PBR. All right? It's so ridiculous. People who actually say that and are serious, you have no friends. Now, if you're a Bengals fan, unfortunately, you guys play on Thanksgiving night against the Baltimore Ravens. And if you have any sort of working memory, you know exactly how these Ravens and Bengals games go, especially in prime time. It's always some crazy video game shit that never happens in any other game. It's like some Madden stuff. And then the Bengals lose in heartbreaking fashion all the time. That's just how it's going to go. The Bengals, they just blew an insane opportunity last week. I mean, to come back, how improbable it was that they came back after looking to throw picks. It looked like they threw a pick six. Game was over. Edmonds. And then they get it called back. I actually forget what happened exactly, but they score. They get an onside kick, and then they score again. Never see that ever. And then, of course, they would be the one to blow that. And another thing, Panthers beat Green Bay. Micah Parsons had 0 pressures for the first time in his career. Tucker Kraft, ACL tear. It shows that this kind of stuff shows that no team is safe. No team is safe whatsoever. Green Bay was just the NFC. And then they get stabbed in the fucking dick like that. I mean, it's honestly terrifying. If they're doing that to other teams, what do you think is... I mean, my team already has had the worst possible shit, but at least we're winning. So it's some sort of balance to it's I'm not used to this kind of stuff. I'm used to once when everybody's gone, our season's cooked. But this is what I'm saying. There's no team that's safe. Everybody is getting fucked. Everybody is getting fucked. It's crazy. I don't like this because it's I'm just waiting. Everybody is just looking over their shoulder, waiting for the next injury or the next crazy ass thing to happen. And even Marshawn Kneeland, rest in peace. That's nuts. The guy just scored his first career touchdown on a block punt on Monday night. And I still don't know the whole story. People are saying all this stuff. They're saying on social media, they're speaking in absolutes, how this is an apparent, what. But I'm not going to say anything yet because I don't know the whole story. I want to just say rest in the sweetest peace. That's horrible. The guy was 24. I don't get so serious with this kind of stuff. I don't usually talk about this, but it's just, this is the kind of stuff that you just don't expect to happen, but it's all happening. And it's crazy. The NFL is just so unpredictable in so many ways. And that outside of NFL, that's a true life. That's bigger than NFL. That's life. That's horrible. But yeah, just it goes with the whole thing. Everything, even for Dallas. I mean, like, I don't know how you make that trade and then that happens, and then it's like, that's got to suck for your team. Like, that's more than injury. That's more than an injury. That's like a life. That's just terrible for your team. Like that, maybe it draws you together. Maybe it pulls everyone together and you start playing better. And Daniel Jones actually looked like he was back as Giants Daniel Jones. He went as Giants Daniel Jones for Halloween, and he played like that against the Steelers. He looked like he was shitting himself looking at the Steelers defense, a Steelers defense that put Jalen Ramsey at safety. And Jalen Ramsey's going to stay at safety now for this week against the Chargers, and he's probably going to stay like that in that position for the rest of the year, which makes a lot of sense because if you look at their defense, that performance with him at safety, I'm not saying it was the whole reason why, but it was definitely a big reason. They had 6 turnovers. They played their best game, I think. I mean, it was against the best offense in the league, so held them to basically 17. But enough of that. It's time for some Week 10 action. So I don't know about you, but I'm ready to wake up bright and early and see the Falcons get fucked because their fan social media community, their posts and what they say in the comments, probably top 5 funniest things to exist. Like if you ever just wait until the Falcons lose again, which will be this Sunday. So you won't have to wait that long. And go to the Falcons social media page anywhere, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, I don't care. Even YouTube. Just go and look at the comments and look at how serious Atlanta does not play. Atlanta don't play no shit. Gator don't play no shit. Atlanta does not play no shit. They for real. You feel me? They're serious. You would think Kirk Cousins is a terrorist. The way that they talk about that guy, you would think that he's a fucking terrorist the way that they talk about him in Atlanta. Matt Ryan though, Matty Ice, cool anywhere. He's cool in any hood. I can get you. He walks no security in any hood in Atlanta. He's straight. In Georgia, specifically near the Atlanta area, he's straight. Doesn't need to worry about nothing. Kirk Cousins though, get that guy a fucking security guard. Get him 5. Get him a nuke, an AK. That guy's not safe. He's not safe if he's walking around in Atlanta. He'll go to the local 7-Eleven and get his ass kicked. And as for the Germans, because this game is in Berlin, get ready for some hitters. Hitters in Germany. Hit in Germany. That's right. The Colts defense, which now features Vodka Sauce Gardner, is wasting no time to debut their new shiny toy. He's going to start for the Colts in Berlin. Oh, man, the Germans get a front row seat to a massacre. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened. All right. Okay. Danny Dimes clocked in and played like shit against the Steelers, turning the ball over 5 times in vintage DJ fashion. I felt like I was watching the Giants in 2021. Interestingly enough, though, I actually think Atlanta keeps it pretty close in this game. Or I could be totally wrong. It could blow them out, but I think they're just desperate for a win, and they do have really, really good players that can break out at any point. So, I think A.D. Mitchell leaving definitely opens up more opportunities for Pearson downfield and just in general. And not that A.D. was taking away, any time for them, but it's just one less guy that they feel like they have to rotate. I feel like they wanted, it was more of like a distraction, if anything. So they're not going to waste any time trying to get him in the game, trying to get him playing time. So they could just rely on the 3 guys that they know are reliable, more reliable than A.D. Mitchell was. New England and Tampa Bay. Now, the Bucs have been kind of forgotten a little bit. They lost ugly against the Lions. They quietly beat the Saints. Wasn't really dominant. Then the bye. The run game for Tampa has been brutal. Rashad White has really given them really nothing. And Bucky Irving, God knows when he's going to come back. I don't know. It's looking like a maybe or maybe not next week. More maybe not. Both New England and Tampa Bay not very great at running the ball. New England's gotten a little better over the past 3 weeks. Drake May and Baker Mayfield, half brothers, May and Mayfield. If New England wins, I would not be surprised if you see Drake May on the sideline grabbing his junk like Baker did against Kansas because they're half brothers. So it kind of rubs off a little bit. Pause. And says, suck on that, brother. For Baltimore, Minnesota, now you get Lamar back against the Dolphins on Thursday night, and he plays like an MVP every time he's on the field. I feel like the Ravens have a shot at winning the division still. I don't know why. Definitely still they're still in for the playoffs. Just because when Lamar is on the field, they look really good. Their offense, at least. Their defense has gotten a little better. It's gotten a little better. And Lamar took initiative and took away all of his teammates' toys as a punishment, and that's a sentence I genuinely never thought I'd say, but having to take away your teammates' toys sounds like something Jerry Jones would have had to do to the 90s Cowboys, and it would not be because they're losing. It would be because if those toys got into the wrong hands, the Cowboys facility would probably turn into Epstein Island. J.J. McCarthy and the Vikes go into Detroit and beat the Lions. Now, McCarthy is interesting because he looks impressive without putting up super impressive numbers. Like, he has flashes, but you look at his stats and it's like, oh, he only threw like 20 passes and completed like 14. It's a little like, it's like they're trying to be very conservative. I mean, they're having success, and he's using his legs, so he clearly has success when he runs, and they want him to do that. It's just a lot of flash instead of consistency, and I think that'll only get better. It reminds me of like Josh Allen. It was kind of the same thing with Josh Allen. He showed a lot of flash in his rookie year and in 2019, and then he finally broke out in like year 3 and had a great season. And speaking of Josh Allen, Buffalo and Miami, Josh Allen, you are America's hero for beating Mahomes and the Chiefs on nationally televised television. Just knocked them down a little more, just got them out of the race just a little more. Whatever the fuck you can do to get them out of there, to get them to be irrelevant. It's up to Josh Allen, though. When the postseason comes around, I can't believe I'm saying this, and it's also up to Daniel Jones. Wild statement. I can't believe I'm saying it's up to Daniel Jones to get Mahomes out of the playoffs, or it could be up to him to get Mahomes out of the playoffs. In some world, you best believe it, the Colts, and it could be this one, the Colts and Chiefs meet in the playoffs, and the fate of the world and everything going back to normal is on Danny Dimes. But we already know how this goes. The Bills, every year, they play the Chiefs, and they lose to them in the playoffs. But luckily for them, they don't have to face the Chiefs this week. They get Miami. They get the Dolphins, and last time around, the Dolphins probably stuck around a little longer than they should have. I think the Bills handle them. Miami's just so painful to watch, man. I don't think I've seen a fan base as angry as Miami's was last week on Thursday night. Fuck off. Fuck off. Ooh, Jacoby Brissett. He's the starter now in Arizona. That's actually kind of crazy. I actually never thought that would happen. Never thought they'd have the balls to bench Kyler Murray, but they did, man. Brissett is a starter over Kyler. What a fucking time. Honestly, what a fucking time to be alive. Kyler Murray, you are a New York Jet. Marvin Harrison had 7 catches on Monday night, a career high, with Jacoby Brissett. And according to the Cardinals defense, Javonte so ass. And Seattle is playing really good ball right now. I mean, they got Rashid Shaheed, if JSN and Torrey Horton and fucking AJ Barner wasn't enough, and Cooper Kupp might come back. If that wasn't enough, now they have Rashid. If it already was, like, a guy, they have a 4-3 deep threat to their offense, to a Sam Darnold that has been playing like an MVP. Versatility all over the defense. Nick Imanwari, the rookie safety, is balling. Pass rush is balling. Run game, though, kind of sad. It's up and down, and I always think that matters for the playoffs. Like, you got to be able to fucking, like, put together a drive where you put, like, 8 straight runs. I'm not even joking. If you can do that, that is something so rare that, like, a lot of teams can't do. And if you're able to do that, it's so helpful. More than helpful. It literally can win you a game. You can put, like, 6 to 8 runs straight on a drive and, like, get, like, 5, 7, like, 4, break one for 12, like, and you can keep it going. You can keep a drive going that way. Huge. I think that's the one thing that's holding back Seattle from being, like, the best team in the NFC right now. Detroit, Washington. Marcus Mariota comes in looking to revive his old Oregon self. Well, he's going to have to take some speed in order to get the speed that he lost over these years. You know, good luck getting out of the grasp of Aiden Hutchinson and Al-Quadin Muhammad, who's having a career year, by the way. Really underrated player. Unfortunately, Washington is cooked. They're just cooked. The injuries have been a hot mess throughout the season. Washington is the oldest team in the league, and the most ironic part about that is it's not the old fucks that are hurt. It's the young guys. It's the young, spry players that are getting injured. Luke McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Jaden Daniels. Terry McLaurin's a little on the older side. He's 30. Eckler's a little on the older side. But Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner, their combined age is like 68. I'm not even joking. It's something crazy. It's like 69, 68, 69. It might even be 70. I don't even know. But they got to put the team on their back now. It's up to them. That's the fate of the Commanders. The fate of the Commanders lie in the hands of Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner. And I expect Detroit to do the same. I expect Detroit to have a really good day on the ground, in the air. Could be a big day for Jameson Williams. Yeah. It's tough, man. Detroit, easy dub with this probably. San Francisco and LA. Now, this is the game of the week. This is going to be the nationally televised game, America's game of the weekend. Yeah, there's going to be a lot in this game, a lot of fun plays. Thursday night game was an instant classic. Yeah, so what I want to do personally, I want to run the shit out of the ball. We weren't able to get much with McCaffrey or B-Rob on the Thursday night game, but Mac was just so good that we didn't really need to. But I want to see if we could get McCaffrey going, like how we did against Atlanta and last week against the Giants, and B-Rob too. And the key in this game, no turnovers. We did not turn the ball over, and we took the ball away twice against the Rams. So, and Mac Jones threw the ball like 50 times, and he did not throw a pick, which he almost did once, but other than that, he was perfect. Like, it's literally a game of inches. That Thursday night game was the definition of game of inches. Like, every play mattered in that game, especially towards the end. Crazy, crazy stuff. And I think, in all honesty, the biggest difference for the Niners this season has been Eddie Pinheiro, a kicker. It's one of the greatest signings that doesn't get talked about. We are not 6-3 without Eddie Pinheiro. That is a fact. Yeah, Stafford is playing at an MVP level, so we're going to have to disrupt him somehow. We get Bryce Huff back, which is good. Yeah, we're going to have to really get pressure on him. We're going to have to take the ball away, plain and simple, and we're going to have to capitalize on those takeaways. Pittsburgh and LA, Justin Herbert, ballin'. O-line, cooked. Ain't going nowhere with that shit, unfortunately. It sucks. I know. I hate to say it, but the Chargers are just, they're fucked. It's just, I can't see it. Their O-line is so bad. It's so bad, dude. Yeah, it's looking like Omarion Hampton is going to be back later rather than sooner, so that's tough for them. Yeah, LA is just one of those teams, the Chargers, like, they just look really good one week. Like, week one, they beat Kansas City, and then they lose to the Giants, like, 3 weeks later. It's like, you can't do that, man. You just, like, you know, and the past few weeks, they've been up and down. They didn't play great against Tennessee. The first half was very close, a lot closer than it should have been. They started the game with a pick six. It's just like, you know, you never know what you're going to get with that kind of team. And unfortunately, teams like that, they don't make it very far in the playoffs if they make it. You know, if the Steelers defense gets hot, it's bad. Like, it's bad news because TJ Watt and those guys up front, Jack Sawyer, my Buckeye dog, just not what you want for the Chargers. And they're in LA, they're not in Pittsburgh, but, you know, still, I think it's going to be a rough day for Herbert, unfortunately. I don't like the one thing I will say, though, about Pittsburgh is that they need somebody to step up outside of DK. They need that. Now, Monday night, Philadelphia, Green Bay. I don't know what to think of Green Bay now. They dropped a bad one against Carolina, and now Kraft is gone for the year. So it's a whole different team now. You lose a game that you were not expected to lose. Carolina was like 2 touchdown underdogs. Fucking insane. And now your best offensive weapon is done for the year. He was your guy. Now someone needs to step up. I don't know. Maybe Jaden Reed when he comes back. I don't know when exactly he's coming back. It's been pretty long. So when he comes back, he might not even be 100%. Christian Watson, he's back. You'd like to see him start becoming the number one. Somebody's got to become the number one. I really don't think Green Bay can go far with the receiving core that they have, especially now that Kraft is gone, because nobody is able to step up and be that guy in a game. They just don't have it. I mean, they have been able to score a lot of points with the core that they have. But like I said, I think it always comes down to when you're playing a really good team in the NFC in the playoffs and it's fucking freezing and, you know, you need to go to somebody that you can rely on to make a play and they don't make it. And it's not to say that their team they don't have those guys that can make plays, but they need like a true number one and they don't have it. And I don't think that they can go where they want to go with the receiving core that they have. I just don't think that they can do it. You know, maybe it's like a Bills situation, but Jordan Love isn't Josh Allen. He's not a guy that's going to run the ball like Josh Allen is going to run the ball and make that dual threat. You know, and they have Kincaid and the Packers don't have Kraft anymore. So it's really tough. I think your offense changes. You know, you got to switch some things up in the playbook now. And look, Matt LaFleur is a great coach, so maybe it won't even matter. Who knows? And I will say this for Philly. All Saquon the Eagles can beat anybody. They can beat anyone. It's just put that out there. Doesn't matter who they play any given Sunday, wherever they are in the playoffs. I don't care. They could beat anybody. They are that good. Unfortunately, it sucks. I know because I hate Philly. But the one thing I will say for the league, for Green Bay, don't be the one to let Saquon get hot. Don't be the one to, I mean, the Giants kind of already did it, but don't keep it going. Like, if Saquon gets hot like he did in the back half of last year, we're fucked. The league is fucked. And we just let them get Jalen Phillips, Jair Alexander, and Michael Carter all within like 2-3 weeks of each other. Why? Why the fuck are we letting them do this? Don't let them do this again. Don't let them become the Kansas City of the NFC. Don't do it. All right, man. That's all I got today. I'm fucking starving. I need to go eat something. Thanks for watching. Go follow the Deep Ball on Instagram. Best football content in the world. I'm from New Jersey. Tony Soprano, Paulie D, the Jersey Shore, your sister's ass, your mother's ass. We can't pump our own gas. It fucking sucks. I'm from New Jersey. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.